What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ACH today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Alchemy Pay here on a monthly time frame. Your monthly RSI is bullish as hell, man. You are in a very nice higher low, higher high trend. And the reason why we're starting with the monthly is it's important to zoom out, you guys. It really is, especially during moments like this. Yes, you're down 28% this month already. We're about 10 days into the month. From a high to a low, you're down 63% overall. It's never fun. It's never fun, especially for the people that bought the highs. But for anybody that's looking at this as a long-term investment, a long-term hold, this is an opportunity. That's all it is. It's an opportunity. As you're moving lower, less volume's coming in. There's no interest here. Make no mistake, you guys. This is a money grab. This is a liquidity grab down here, okay? And even if you break below this diagonal line right here, which you might be doing now, even if that happens, it's just going to be more of a money grab. In a matter of no time at all, ACH, Alchemy Pay people, you alchemists out there, you're likely going to see a move. You're at 2.2 cents now. You're likely going to see a move that results in something on the lines of like a 10x or more whenever this is all resolved. I'm expecting that happens by the end of April, if not by the end of May, somewhere in that time frame. You know, the sooner we get going, the more likely it will be by the end of April. But man, if we don't move up until till the end of this month, it might really be somewhere in May that we top off. But that's okay. Whenever it happens, I'm sure if it takes 2 months for a 10x move or more versus a month and a half for a 10x move or more, I'm sure people aren't going to be too upset about that, right? Hell, if it took 4 months, it's whatever. 10x is fine. Take 4 months for a 10x. I'm okay with that, man. There's people who have waited a lot longer than that for a lot less. But where we are in this overall range, from a high here to a low there, we are at about the 382 area. Right, interacting with the 886, coming back to the 382, very common kind of behavior to do, very, very volatile throughout this range, but overall productive, overall accumulative. When it comes time to breaking out, the target area that we're looking at a minimum from 2.277 cents now would be at 12.16 cents to potentially something that is as high as, I would even say a little bit higher than 30 cents. Yes, you heard me correctly. Alchemy Pay could, by the end of April, by the end of May, it could see prices that are above 30 cents. Oftentimes with the 2272, you don't stop there. You go a little bit above it. Okay, so that's just my expectation right there. I shouldn't say it's my expectation. That would be my expectation if you interacted with this area. I don't actually think you get to 30 cents on this next move by the end of this cycle. Yes, but not on this next move. On this next move, I would more assume that you stop somewhere between about 17.7 cents to 20 cents, something in that area, or in between this area and 30 cents here. You really could reach for your all-time high zone right here, your all-time high right there on Coinbase, and that'd be at 24 cents, giving you, again, an overall more than a 10x from here, okay? That's just from this high to low right there. If we were, is there another chart? Let me see, hold on. Do we have something with more historical data? Something with a little more. Got a little bit more here. Let's see, we're going to take a high to low over here. And then this high to low here. Yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't do a 10x on this next move. I want to dial it back. Okay, let's be real. But I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a 10x or higher. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you saw a 15x on this next move, okay? But something around like a 10 to 15x at the most. But if I'm being real, I actually do think you'll stop at 17 cents to 20 cents, probably around there. But it's hard to say because, again, you've been consolidating for a long time. When it comes time to cut loose the goose, let loose the goose, as I like to say, that thing can fly pretty damn high. Alchemy Pay does not have a very high market cap. It's at a $200 million market cap. You have volume that is on the lines of something that's greater than 10%. You have dropped a little bit, so of course, you know, that makes sense in itself. But again, the relative volume that you have here is not significant, right? You're losing volume as you're dropping, so you likely will not continue dropping. All I'm trying to say is something like this that is sustaining good volume, even at these low levels of volume areas, right? And you're seeing some wicked volatility, a shakeout move that can really just scare away the paper hands and give the diamond hands an opportunity to buy in and load up more. Absolutely. After that supply shock is realized, you can see something that is rather magnificent. I don't want to take off prices that are 30 cents or above. I think that you can see that. Hell, maybe even go up to 50 cents, man. It really could happen. Alchemy Pay could see a 21x, but I'm the most confident in something that is around the 1886 to the 200 area, something that is at about a 7.6x to about a 9x. Yeah, so something around there, just at your all-time highs, if not just above them. Something like that is what I think is coming. And I'm talking to you right now, bears. I'm talking to you right now, people who are panic selling here. What are you doing? What business do you have selling here? It's not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but man, this is a terrible, absolutely terrible time to sell. I'm saying that you probably still go lower. You probably do. But if you don't, again, this could very well be the low. If we look at this low here to this high, we have a little bit of room left until we hit the 1272. 2.13 cents, 1.79 cents would be the likely area, the likely zone that we hit. I don't think that we go below or too much below 1.9 cents. I think we could go a little bit below, or a little bit below this 1414, but not below 1.9 cents. I think we hold that. But if we do 1.79, 1.8 cents, that would likely hold as support. If you break through 1.8 cents, break through it, not wick through it, but if you break through it, that could be a cause of concern. Could be, does not mean that it is. We have to see how this drop overall performs. But I am under the impression overall that we go lower. The daily RSI looks like it wants to go lower. The 4-hour RSI looks like it might come up a little bit to start this day and then maybe come back down over the coming days or the rest of this day going into tomorrow. The 1 hour had the oversold zone. You're breaking out of this downtrend here in the RSI, so you might actually recover a little bit for the starting hours of this day. Don't get excited if today is green. We might move up to about 2.44 cents and then continue to move lower. I am fully expecting 2.1315 cents to 1.79 cents is on the table, likely between 1.9 to 2.1315 cents. I'm personally in favor of that 1.9 area because it is just below your 1414. That's also where this low was here. That's actually at 1.95, so even a little bit lower than that is fine. But something a little bit lower nonetheless, even if we move up today. With all that being said, I very much do expect Alchemy Pay is going to have a very phenomenal cycle. I don't think that it stops at 20 cents. I don't think that it stops at 30 cents, 48 cents, 50 cents, whatever. You're going to have a lot higher prices than that by the end of the cycle. $200 million market cap now. If you were to see a 100x, that puts you at a $20 billion market cap. It's not given. It's not guaranteed, but it can happen. Okay, it's a very attainable market cap. 20 billion is not, it's not something that's promised to everybody, but there are plenty of coins in ACH's position that are in the top 200 coins, top 300 coins, top 500 coins that will see market caps at that level and higher. Okay, not only does this thing have a 100x potential, it has 200, 300x potential. We start getting above that, it gets a little bit shady, a little bit dicey. And even then, 100x is not promised, but you have a lot of potential in this thing. If it doesn't see a 100x, my expectations at the least would be that you hit your 1618 or at least your 1414 area of your all-time high to low here. Let's just see. I don't even know. Maybe that'll be a 100x in itself. It actually, I don't think it would be a 100x. Let's see. Yeah, the 1618 would be a 56x. Your 1414 would take you to about a 30x, and likely with the 1414 you do go above it, so you see something greater than a 30x. But even at a minimum, a 30x to a 60x is not bad at all, man. Likely you will see targets, in my opinion. I say likely. Who's to say that it's likely? I'm just saying in my head what I would likely see, what I would bet on if I had to, would be something around $3.05 to $4.40, with the absolute exception that you could move up to around $10. I don't think you hit $10, but you could move up around there. Nice psychological resistance, but you're really pushing the envelope at that point, you guys. That's at about an $80 billion market cap. It might even be a little bit above that at those levels there. Yeah, a little bit above that at $10, but that's again, that's like kind of the limits that you could see something like this hit. I would think most likely you don't hit those limits. You probably stop around $3 to $4.40 by the end of the cycle. That could put you anywhere from about a 135x to a 189x. I talk about these prices all the time, not to trap people, not to excite. I mean, yes to excite you, actually, to be completely fair, yes to excite you, but mainly the purpose of it is to keep you focused, okay? Eyes on the prize, all right? The winners of a foot race, they're not paying attention to the people that are behind them. They're looking at the finish line, okay? Look at the finish line. Don't look behind you. Don't look down, all right? If you're it might be a better expression if you were a trapeze artist, if you were a tightrope walker, a slackliner, right? You don't want to look down. You want to look straight ahead. You want to look at the line. You don't want to look at the canyon floor below you, right? You're gonna throw off your depth perception and your balance, right? Like it really does throw things off. I mean, try to stand on one foot, closing your eyes, right? It throws things off. Staring right in front of you. Keep your eyes focused on what is ahead. That is what's going to keep you from collapsing, from falling, from being in economic turmoil. You are your own worst enemy, and that is why we talk about these high prices, you guys. A little bit to get us excited, right? It's always to get us excited a little bit. It is exciting talking about 100x. It's exciting, I think, to talk about a 30x at a minimum. That's your minimum potential, dude. That's awesome. But when you genuinely have the possibility to see a 180x, a 132x, the main reason we talk about it is to encourage people to not mess this up at the absolute worst time possible. Unfortunately, there are people selling here. There are people that are buying here that are smart money. There are people that are selling here that aren't necessarily dumb money, but that's what in the business they call dumb money. It's people who don't know any better, right? You don't have to be dumb to be dumb money, right? You could be a very smart person, but if you're selling based on emotion, then you are dumb money. If this is your first cycle and you bought the high and you're selling low, then you are dumb money. I'm not saying you're a dumb person, right? It's just the phrases that we have. Smart money, the people that have been here for more than a season, the people that are looking at this thing as for the potential that it has, they're not looking at these prices as if it's some kind of detriment, right? This is a great area to buy. If you're interested in Alchemy Pay, I highly suggest that you look into what the project is about, the fundamentals and everything. I think it's great. I think a lot of projects built on Arbitrum are going to do well. Arbitrum seems to be on the up and up, and I think a lot of people in the space know it. This thing is at some of the lowest prices that you've been at all cycle, and you want to sell here, please don't. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Please don't sell the lows, you guys. You probably do go a little bit lower, just a little bit. And then from there, we're going to rip. The end of March, going into April and May, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a great time. But before that, we have to endure a little bit longer, right? I actually said this, I think, in my XCN video. There's a couple of things that are forged in fire, right? You can forge heavy metals, hard materials, right? Weaponry, very durable things made out of metal can come out of fire from forging it in fire. But what else can be forged in fire is ash, is dust in the wind, right? You are the person that gets to decide what you are. And the only difference is the people that sell here will be ash in the wind. They will be irrelevant, nothingness, right? They literally are selling out their nothing. But the people who are buying here, the people who even bought the absolute high here and they held throughout all this, man, you are coming out stronger. You are going to be forged into something much more durable whenever it's all said and done. And the only difference really, or what decides that, is you at the end of the day. So control yourself, compose yourself. Remember, read the white paper, read the fundamentals. Nothing's changed. Remember why you invested in this thing. Remember why you got excited about it in the first place. These moments are meant to test you, and they're meant to grab liquidity from you so that the big dogs, the whales, can eat it up. Don't feed the whales. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.